Nigeria. And I would love to be proved wrong. I would love to come back and say to you guys, I was wrong, but I don't think I would be. For many reasons that some we can't share, but many reasons why. But to you who is listening, 2025, the very first day, what are your expectations for governance? Every sector, whether it's security, whether it's health, whether it's entertainment, whether it's education, whether it's agriculture, your expectations, whether it's at the local government levels or the state government level or the federal government level. The tax reform bill is one that's been very, very tumultuous to a lot of people. The debate around it has been huge. Many Nigerians still don't understand it. I've looked at it a bit. I haven't really looked at the details, nitty-gritty of it, but I've looked at the surface part of it. And well, as much as you see what we're trying to do or what the government is trying to do, you also have to question, like, is this the best way to do what the government is trying to do? So there is that debate that's ongoing, and many people feel like those representing the people at the Green Chambers, at the Senate, even at the state assemblies, have a duty of trying to let their people know what these things are about. Well, there's a lot that we're expecting from governance in 2025. The most important question for me to you is how the people in 2025 can better hold leaders at different level of government accountable. Because it looks as though the people have become so powerless. The people who put these individuals in there almost cannot say anything to cause them to change decisions, cannot make adequate contributions. Note, emphasis on adequate contributions. I did not say the people cannot make contributions, but I'm saying the people have come to look like they cannot make adequate contributions to policies and issues that government has in mind. It's almost like the people who we have elected at that level sit down together and decide what they would decide and what they think is best for us without coming to talk to us first. So what are your expectations? 2 questions. What do you expect from governance in 2025? What are your goals you're setting for your leaders, whether at the state level, at the local government level, or at the federal government level? That's one. And number 2, how do we get the people in 2025 to be able to hold their leaders even more accountable in this year? I mean, we've seen how our leaders lavish wealth. Get into office, they have nothing. Leave office, they are demigods. They own properties. They make laws that empowers them to own as much properties as possible. These laws, I don't see the input of the people when these laws were made. But that's what we see. We've seen assemblies across the country that make laws for political interest, for interest of paymasters, godfathers, their interest, political wars, political battles. It's largely mostly about that. There are a few times in the red chambers, for instance, that we've had debates that concerned Nigerians. Adams Oshiomhole being one of those people that have been very vocal about these things, even though people still say, despite him being vocal, he was very instrumental with the situation in those states, so he's not really as holy as he would portray himself. That's the argument for some people. It's not my business, I don't know. But what I'm saying is, if you look at the bills, the laws, and the things that are talked about on the floor of the House by our lawmakers, whether it's at state or federal level. Let's not forget local government legislature. We barely hear a lot from those guys. 2025 should be a year where people need to draw those people, drag them, and get them to do what is right. But the main question is, do the people even know what they ought to do? 0817-923-0007 0817-923-0007. You can also call us up on 0817-923-0003. Any of these numbers to get through to us in the studio this morning. Don't forget to also use the WhatsApp number, and on Facebook it is at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. We'll see if we can take 1 or 2 calls now before we go on the commercial, and when we return from that break, we're taking more of your calls. Good morning, Nigeria Info. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
All
right, Dakuku, you heard the question, so go on. Let us know.
Yeah, so We are talking about the refinery and other things. We already refineries about
the major question, Dakuku, this is the question I asked. I asked two important questions. Number one, what are your expectations? Dakuku, if you listen to me, please let me rephrase the question so you don't waste the time. You just go direct to the answer. What are your expectations from governance in 2025, whether it's from the local government level, state government level, or the federal level? And how do we get the people to be able to hold their leaders even more accountable in 2025? Those are the questions I asked.
Okay, Fernando. For me, for the government, federal government should make sure that the refineries are working, not to be giving things or that to ordinary man. If the refineries working, you see everything will be better. When we are getting for at least 300 naira per liter, we'll be able to be succeeded in this country. The local government chairman who are autonomous should know the various duties to do to the people of their people. That's what I needed from them. And the leaders for Avenue should be come down. I know that their followers are suffering. Not for that is nothing I'm going to do. I spend the money. No. Know that this is their followers. They should come down and change up their life and get their character. Make sure they return their followers together. That's all about. That's what I can say.
All right, Dakuku, thank you very much. Well said. Nigeria Info, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, it sounds as though we lost that call. 0817-923-0007. Good morning, Nigeria Info.
Good morning, my brother.
Yes.
I'm Israel calling from Nigeria.
Okay.
Number one thing I want to take place in Nigeria and Rivers State exactly is that there should be total peace. I don't know what would bring peace between the different parties or the two major parties heading in Rivers State. So if there is peace, Rivers State will move forward. Things will go well. But all these rumors, counter accusation, up and down accusation, is not helping us. People were so much disturbed. Lawyers, barristers were given different things concerning the different issue on ground. I'm begging, if the elders of the state, they can call people who are in tussle, people who are in maybe conflict, call them together and settle. Let there be peace, total peace in Rivers State.
Okay.
Rivers is the state of peace. So that they will move forward.
All right,
and
then.
Again,
okay, we'll take a very short commercial now. After the break, we'll go back to more calls.
Prophetic Prayer Initiative
It's okay. Make that apostate. The conversation continues here. My name is Ifeemi Andrew. Before the break, 2 questions. It's a new year, very first day of 2025, and the very first edition of the Morning Crossfire for the year 2025, January 1. And the question is, your expectations from government at all levels in the year 2025. In the first half, I've been trying to highlight some areas where, we saw some level of activities that present some form of hope for especially the oil and gas sector. But would it be as positive as we think? There's also the power sector. Don't forget, there were a series of grid collapses last year. In fact, in a month, one time we had like 3-4 happening back to back. Even till now, we still do not have good power supply, regardless of the bands, whether you're in band B or band A. The thing is, the discos and the gencos and the transmission companies will all speak their grammar and say all they say, but the consumer at the end knows what he is getting. And we can tell you, for band Bs, it is not the 15 or 18 hours that was said. It doesn't come anywhere close. There are also issues around the education sector. The list is endless. At the local government levels, what are we doing? What are we going to see with infrastructure? What plans do we have? The legislature at the local government level, what are they doing? They have to be more active. We need to hear them, make more laws, pass laws, make bills that would help development at the grassroots. The state assemblies, what are we going to see there? Are we going to see laws that would benefit the people, or laws that would pacify godfathers and embolden political office holders? What is the situation? Even at the federal government level, what's going to happen with the tax reform? What are we going to see with the ports? The fact that the Lagos port is the one that's functioning 100%, it's almost robbery to other parts of the country where we have ports that are not functioning fully. What's going to happen about that? Is it going to change? Are we going to be more productive? The president in his speech said more production is how he intends to generate funds to fund the budget. More production. But then when you look at the country from a national perspective, we have companies leaving. So how are we going to reconcile all of this in 2025? Hence the question, your expectations from governance in 2025, and how can we get the people to be able to hold their leaders even more accountable in this new year? 0817-923-0007. Again, 0817-923-0007. You can also call 0817-923-0002. Tell us your name, tell us where you're calling from, and let's get straight into it. On Facebook, it's Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. We are streaming live, so join us and drop your comments. Keep it very short. Respond to the question directly and tell us know what you think. The minimum wage. How far with the implementation? We had some states last year that are having issues and are not implemented. Is that going to change? At the local government level, are we going to have the conversations about the minimum wage for local government workers? What's the situation? There's a lot of things to expect in 2025. What are your expectations? This person, Chiboy from Port Harcourt, says expectations for local government as workers working in Falga are here to see the mayor implement the new minimum wage to prioritize workers' welfare, because it doesn't take care of workers. So no minimum wage implementation, no promotion arrears, late payment of workers' salary, even this Christmas bonus that others were given, we did not get from him. Come this year, I want to see an improvement, and I want to see him prioritize workers' welfare. And I think it's important for the people to also not get carried away by gifts, because even the Bible said it best. Gifts have a way of blinding your heart. Not to get carried away by gifts and social media theatrics, as fantastic as those things would be, you have to look at the real issues on the ground and make sure that you hold your leaders at every level accountable to tackle those issues, and not use just bag of rice and gifts of 50,000, 30,000, 100,000, which is good. We're not saying it's bad. It's what they should do for us, and they've done it. We commend them for it, but that should not be that should not be how they intend to solve the major problems, the foundational problems. what are the solutions, what are the steps that they want to take to address foundational problems like unemployment, like the minimum wage, like this person is complaining about late salary payments, arrears, pensioners. There's a lot. What are the strategies on ground to tackle those issues? I think the people should not lose sight of those. Samuel is in Iguruta. Good morning, Samuel.
Okay. My expectations from federal and state government.
Please include local, Samuel, include local government. Don't forget them.
Yes, local government. That's what I'm saying. State and local government and federal. My expectation from them is this. Right from day one, we have listed that even when those that passed out from their tertiary institutions, there are no provisions where people can learn a skill. Hello?
Go on.
Yes, if peradventure, those that have come out from their NYC, then went in for, maybe they are going for 1 year training of learning skills. The federal government should have in each state where they have to be industrialized, put up the factories, industries where these people can go in and get skills that they needed for themselves. And secondly, for the federal government, I would want them to make sure they should subsidize the price of fuel so that the people can be able to access it. Then if you are coming for what the people can hold accountable for the government, when they are making their promises, the people should look at it critically, not of going into as a salarism. They should go into it physically and know that these people that are promising us, can they be able to ascertain what they are promising? If the people should know that what promising they cannot be able to ascertain it, there will be no way to vote in those people to office. So by then, we should now know that there are people that we need to hold accountable for what they have promised to do for the Nigerians. Those are the things I need to put in place.
All right, Samuel, thank you very much. In Omok, Dixon is on the line. Dixon, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too, Dixon.
My expectation is not much. Being that from the inception, the government of Nigeria has been on a particular path which is not leading us anywhere. But to be an optimistic person, I will expect them first in the educational sector to make plans to harness the educational institutions like the primary schools and post-primary schools. If you watch, they have been shouting that there are lack of teachers and infrastructure. It looks so dilapidated over time, and the government are paying a lip service to these things. I will expect them to equip the schools to be like before, when the government school we are turning out great people. They were a product of those like the government schools that they are now addressing to make the right thing to happen there. Another thing is talking about a skill. Our education has been based on a theoretical basis these days. The lack of practical entrepreneur. I know that of recent they make entrepreneurship a compulsory course for every university. But recently, the practicality, the reality does not measure with what they have written in the book. So I want them to take the skill acquisition very, very serious. Let each and every person have a skill apart from the education that they have acquired to help
in making this nation a producing nation rather than consuming nation.
All right, Dixon, thank you very much. Well said. And I think there's a lot that government needs to do. We need to begin to see factories in the entertainment sector. What are we going to do to improve it? It's not enough. What are we doing with tourism? I know the governor last year visited the beach, and there were talks of trying to, resuscitate that. But have we also considered getting investors in to maybe have a film village or a video shoot set? These are things that we can take advantage of. If we have these things built, stationed, people can pay, use these facilities and shoot music videos, do movies, it's just enormous, the opportunities that we can create with this. The question is, are we seeing it, or why we are not seeing it? Or if we are seeing it, why we're not doing something about it? I'm not in the position of power. I can only talk about the ideas. People who are in the position of power, who have the pen and paper to be able to make and have the resources to make these moves and get this thing to become realistic. Are they listening? And if they are they willing to do it? Because we need to take advantage of this and begin to transform our states, and like the caller said, employment for youths and engaging youths. Nathaniel Limboni, good morning.
Yes, thank you very much. Well, let me see if I can just continue with the remaining further out. The fact is that, let me start from home, where I come from. They said charity can begin at home. And then the government chamber, Honorable Lazarus, should do something tangible for those in Andoni. We only remember the immediate past local government channel because of the little things we've been able to do. And for us, we also regret why it never continued. But at least it's not there. The one that is here now, number one, we should be able to build a central market for the people in Andoni, because we have a huge number of persons there. We have population and we have the potential. We should build a local government to get their central market, that we gather the people together to make sales, because we know a market is one of the things that develops an area. Once people are gathered in a place, they sell and then they buy, and then people will come in, their population will troop in, and so many other things will follow. That is for the local government. And then for the state, our lovely governor, who knows how to do what he knows how to do, that we want him to do something for the state. And for the state, we should make it buoyant. Forget about what we have in the cities. Go back to the rural areas. Open up the rural territories. See how to open roads. Go to some upland areas. Open the roads so that most of the agricultural produce are not able to get into the cities and get in there easily. They don't get spoiled. Go to the rural areas and join the local communities to the upland, and so that the transport system can be very easy for us. We have seen some progress. At least some of those areas, like in Andoni, where we are not able to access easily. We just access them by trains and boats. But now we can easily access them through either Okadas or cars or even buses. But more should be done. We have a place like Orakota where the road has not really extended to. We need the road to be widened up and extend to that place. It's an industrial area where fishes and proteins are being produced in large quantities, and we need roads to get there so that it can be those produce can be get easily down to the cities and even to other states. Then for the states too, I mean the governor, we want him to actually electrify the states. It will make the states to be more buoyant economically. People can make business. If the state is locally, electrified, there is enough power. People can do business, even smaller businesses like barbers and those who do business using, especially now that we know that fuel is not easy to get. If electricity is there, I think people can do their business easily, and then things can become cheaper. Yes, even in the market, because we know the cost of production can actually affect the cost of goods in the market. So if you can do that for us, I think these are little.
Thank you very much. Chima is in Rumokuta. Chima, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Semi.
Yep, good morning.
Yeah, Happy New Year, although we've spoken before. Yeah, ordinarily, if I begin to talk about my expectations in the governance, on the government, we might not finish today. But I just want to make you understand that if you read the book they call There Was a Country, you understand, and you read it to its logical conclusion, you will understand that China Achebe was trying to say, we were even better in the hand of the colonial masters. You understand? Now, let me make you understand. Have you seen where they campaign in the advanced nation? You will never see where they say, I will build you road, I will build you school. Because those statements already shows that the government of the day has failed. The only thing you ensure the people, or you assure the people, or you tell the people during your campaign is their health insurance, their after policy when they retire from work, then job creation. Because the school, the road, it's a mandatory thing. It's a compulsory. We don't even need to tell you thank you that you've done it for us. Why are we going to say thank you for that? That is how impoverished that we, the commoners in Nigeria, have been. And I don't want to say it is a little kept us like this. Now let us come from the aspect of Rivers State and holding our local government and even our chiefs accountable. The federal government has said it before. We should hold them accountable in leadership, not only in the federal government. Now, if you come to Rivers State now, my brother, these kind of industries that we have in Rivers State are being closed down. Now, the issue of you saying before that let us not delete ourselves by this gifting or whatever case may be. All those things are just trash. Sorry to use this language.
No, they are not trash, Chima. They are not trash. Chima, hold on. Chima, before you continue, if you can hear me. Chima, can you hear me?
What do you have?
Okay, I have to interrupt you because now you don't want to respond because you know you said something out of place and I need to correct you, so you correct yourself. It's not trash, and I did ever said it was trash as well. Those things are fantastic, are good, the people deserve it, and they should be done, and they've been done. But the people should not just look at those and think that is the yardstick for development or that is the yardstick for governance. No, it is not. That's not the meter with which we measure development or performance. It is not. That's just something extra you do to appreciate people because they worked hard throughout the year, and the leaders at the various levels of government feel, let's do this to make people feel better, have a better, celebration for the festive season. And it makes sense. But going forward now, 2025, new year, the people should not let that blind their eyes. Now let's get back to the real issues on the ground. So the development in our local government areas, what are you doing about it? The salary arrears, how are we handling this? Implementation of the new minimum wage, what are we doing about it? These are very fundamental questions. What programs do you have to engage youth at the local government level in the grassroots? These questions are now the questions the people should be asking and pushing on their councillors and local government chairmen and lawmakers at state assemblies and governors and commissioners and National Assembly representatives, and everybody should now begin to focus on the nitty-gritty of what makes an economy and a country tick. Augustine in Omok, good morning. All right, let's go to Rumokuta. Okonkwo is on the line. Hello, Okonkwo, good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Yes, you're welcome.
Happy New Festival.
Happy New Year to you, Okonkwo.
Yes, directly to your question, what are my expectations from the governance of the nation? Let me begin by citing our current mood. Today is the first day of January 2025, New Year by name, that we're supposed to have constant light or daily light. But as it starts now, I don't have light. My area, no light. And I believe that it is also across different other places. So the situation of the country is worrisome. The leader, I took time to watch the mood of Christmas, even this New Year.
from South Africa, from Dubai, from America, from Britain. And why is it that our people cannot make life to be better for us, like as it is in other countries? So, to me, it's only within the state, Rivers State, that I have hope. Because of this capable governor, because of this selfless governor, that is after people, to take care of people, not himself only. It's only him, but towards the nation. No, nothing will happen. I even believe that they will make policies within the national level. They make policies that cause people to suffer the more this year. But don't mind everybody will start. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Okonkwo. Muriel is next from Okrika. Muriel, good morning.
Hi, Fiomi, good morning.
Good morning and Happy New Year to you as well.
Thank you. Look, Fiomi, just like our former president, Buhari, will always say, let's start from the top to the bottom. Now, the federal government, honestly, I would love the federal government to stop turning Nigeria into a palliative economy. Honestly, it is so sad to see that the giant of Africa, a country that is supposed to be packaging food just like this and sending to other countries, because we have enough. Now we are the ones that are being treated like destitutes and refugees in our own country. It is so sad. They have turned Nigeria into a palliative economy and they should stop it. I mean, the tax reform bill, Tierney, I think it is good and I think it's achievable, irrespective of the noise, that are coming from some parts of the country. But I think it's good. I mean, it's going to be a wake-up call, to all of them, to stand up to the task of trying to look for other means. And the tax reform bill, I looked at it a bit. It's going to favor Lagos a bit, and I think some aspects of it should be checked, should be looked into. Because I want what is for Rivers to come to Rivers, honestly, and not to go to Lagos. And the states, I really love the agricultural bill. I think, and the education, those two is top for me. The agricultural bill and the money that has been earmarked for agriculture, I think it's a huge one. Just like I said yesterday, it's almost like subsidizing food, for the people of Rivers State, and it's a good one. Then for the local government, these are components, units, that makes up the state. It's not like we have one, the local government makes up the state. So if the local government chairman can dress up, and to their responsibilities, you will see that the workload on the governor will be so less. Now that they are getting so much, and people don't even know that the local government chairman are getting enough money now. If they can just hold on to one or two things, and achieve, especially food in their communities, various communities. I've been saying it. What is it that you can do in your community? Is it plantain? Is it cassava? Is it fish? Invest in the women, call men, okay, farm. All this is at your sea. When you go to the government.
All right, Muriel, thank you very much.
They should embark on agriculture.
Thank you very much, Muriel. Augustine from Omok. Okay, we lost the call from Augustine. We're already out of time, though. See if I could take one or two messages on WhatsApp in addition to what we had earlier. This person says, top of the morning, this is Thank God Ability. My expectation from the federal government and states are one, they should try and bring down prices of various commodities in the market, job creation for youth, improve in constant power supply, provide security for citizens, reopen closed borders, bring down the price of petrol to at least 400 naira per litre. That last one, well, let's leave it at, let's wait, let's hope. This person says, good morning. At the state level, I expect the governor to invest heavily in agriculture and make sure his good gestures are felt by everyone in the state. Okay, Sergio, that's from you. And I would like to say this as we part. This new year, let's see a change in the approach of political office holders, special advisors, PAs, local government chairmen, commissioners, everybody who is in government. As long as you're serving the people in one form or the other in government, let's see a change. When you are called upon, please try to interact more with your people. Not when you want to have interviews and conversations, you are quick to run to TV stations in Lagos and Abuja where the people in Rivers State will not hear you. Let's have you sit down, Go, there are several radio stations across the state. Interact with your people a lot more and let them know what you are doing and let them be able to ask you questions. That would go a long way this year. My name is Ifeemi Andrew. Good morning.
Nigeria Info. Right back after this.